Hello, boys and girls. This is Aunt Fernita. Today's story is called Bible Detectives. The memory verse is from Acts chapter 17, verse 11. It says, "The Bereans received the message with great eagerness and examined the scriptures every day to see if what Paul said was true." The message is, I worship God when I study my Bible every day. Would you like to be a Bible detective? To discover new ideas and information? Let's learn about some Bible detectives who searched the scriptures to see if Paul was right. Jesus had given Paul a special mission. He called Paul to be an apostle. His work was to tell the story of Jesus, first to the Jews, then to everyone else. Paul traveled a lot. Whenever he went to a new city, he went to the synagogue first. He would show the Jews from the scriptures that Jesus was the Messiah. Then Paul would tell them how he became a Christian. When Paul went to the city of Thessalonica, some of the Jews and a lot of the Gentiles believed what he had said. Many people became Christians. Some Jews who did not believe were jealous. They wanted to get rid of Paul, but they needed help to do that. The Jewish leaders went to the marketplace where people who did not have jobs gathered. Here they found some people who liked to make trouble. Paul and his traveling partner Silas were staying at the home of a man named Jason. The troublemakers, led by the Jewish leaders, went to Jason's house, but Paul and Silas weren't there. So they dragged Jason and some other Christians to court. The Jewish leaders said that Paul and Silas were disobeying Roman law by saying that Jesus was king. They said that Jason should be punished because Paul and Silas were staying with him. The court believed the crowd and forced Jason to pay money. The crowd never did find Paul and Silas. That night, the other Christians sent them to a town called Berea. As usual, Paul and Silas went directly to the synagogue. The people in Berea, called Bereans, were kinder than the people in Thessalonica. The Bereans listened carefully to what Paul was saying. After they listened, they searched the scriptures for themselves. They wanted to be sure that what he said was true. After they studied, many believed and became Christians. And after they became Christians, they still studied every day. They did not study because they were curious. They studied because they wanted to learn more about Jesus. Angels stood beside them to help them understand what they were reading. When some of the Jewish leaders in Thessalonica found out that Paul and Silas were in Berea, they followed them. They found the same kind of troublemakers in Berea and started another riot. But the Berean Christians sent Paul to the city of Athens. There he would be safe. Silas and Timothy stayed behind to help the Bereans learn more about Jesus. Some of the new Berean believers went with Paul. When they arrived in Athens, Paul sent them back to Berea. He asked them to take a message to his friends. He wanted Timothy and Silas to join him when their work was done. The Bereans continued to search the scriptures. They wanted to know more about God. They wanted to learn more about Jesus. Jesus invites us to study the Bible every day. He wants us to learn more of His Word. As you read the scriptures, He will help you understand them. Just ask Him. He wants you to know Him better.
This podcast is read by Fernita Buddy for Gracelink.net. Created and produced by Falvo Fowler. Post-produced by Faith Toe at Studio El Piso. The theme music is by Clayton Kinney. Animation and artwork by Giogo Godoy. The audio engineer was Karel Holness. For more information, please visit gracelink.net.